Hi everyone, I'm Sandra Moody and I want to talk about something that I learned in Communications 122, all about our strengths. It's very important that we think about our strengths because in often in education or just in life, we focus on our weaknesses and we always want to change something. We look at ourselves, we think about, oh, I want to change how I look. Maybe I'm too fat, I'm too short. Maybe this person has a degree that I need, I don't have that degree. I can't play the piano, but she can play the piano. Oh, she's such a fantastic runner, or he is so, so suave. There, and I want to fix that in myself because I'm not suave enough, or I'm not smart enough. We're always fixing something, or I'm not good at math, so let me focus on math. I mean, who cares about English? I need to be good at math. So we always have these things that we need to get done, and we have these weaknesses that we need to fix and change and improve instead of focusing on our strengths. Now, what are strengths? Those strengths are the innate superpowers that we all have that we must leverage. And if we leverage our strengths, we will get to our goals quicker, we will be more efficient, we will be happier because we are playing on our strengths. So let's talk about it. I was so happy being in this class in Ensign College, Communications 122. It it's fabulous because I learned that I could focus on my strengths and not really get bogged down by my weaknesses. So I did the Clifton Strengths profile, and that's what I found. Here on the screen, we talk about, you know, that one of my strengths is strategic thinking, and I'm like, strategic thinking? I never thought I was a strategic thinker, and I had to think about it a little bit. So I did a little research, and I have two graphics here, hope and engagement. What is funny is in a study in Australia among young men between the ages 10 and 11, they found that when they coached them based on their strengths, they they were more hopeful, they were more engaged in their learning, and they felt that they could succeed. Now remember, normally with children in school, we want them to be good at math, you have to be good at English, you have to excel, you have to get good grades and good grades across the board. And you won't get good grades across the board in everything because you don't have the same strength in everything. You might, let's say you are good in academics and you get good grades across the board academically. The student athlete will be better in athletics than you. The chess player will be better than you. So if we focus on what we're not good at, then you see how, often we'll feel, oh, I'm so tired I'm so tired, I can't do this. The Clifton Strength profile helped me to discover my strengths and to leverage my strengths. And there are lots of strengths, maximizer, communicator, strategic. I, you know, I discovered that I was strategic. Input was important to me. Another thing important to me, was individualization, intellection. Intellection is a strength. Input was a strength. Input is about collecting things, collecting information. What are the things that we are good at and leverage them. So let me tell you a little bit about focusing on strengths and not focusing on weaknesses. I remember many, many years ago, I was going up for a job interview. No, I actually worked in the position for a little while, but when the position became vacant, but when they were now interviewing for the positions, it went out to the world, you know. And so it's not like, you know, you're not special just because you did this. We have to have a competitive interview. One of the people now that, and I'm showing you this scripture for a reason. One of the people that I was up against had an advanced degree that I didn't have. So they had more knowledge, quote unquote, in the area, more than me. No. Matthew 25, verse 15 tells the parable of the talents. So this man went out far and he gave his servants some talents. Some got five, some got one, and so on and so forth. And the one that got five doubled it to 10. And the one that got less also doubled it. The guy that got one buried it because he said, you know, I didn't want this man get too upset with me. I don't want to lose this thing that he has given me. So instead of doing in, you know, investing it and getting more, I'm going to bury it, keep it, you know. I won't bother it so that when he comes back, I can have it to give him. And the king got upset and said, are you crazy? If you should have at least put my money in the bank so I could have gotten some, you know, interest on my money. And the person that had one talent and preserved the one talent, oh, he grabbed that talent from that guy so quickly and gave it to the one with the 10. Focus on our strengths. Don't downplay the strengths. Don't 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 focus on our weaknesses. So he was thinking, oh, well, you know, master, you are not this kind of guy, you know. So because of that, I didn't want to, you know, mess up your talent. I made sure to keep it well, and he never got anywhere with that. No, if I focused on my weakness in the interview, I would say, oh my goodness, I don't have that master's degree that he has. But I didn't focus on that. And it's now because I did the Clifton strengths that I realized what I did. I leveraged my strength. I didn't focus on my weakness. I thought that, okay, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to step into that interview and give everyone this big broad smile and they'll be happy and they'll be rooting for me and I'm going to, you know, just be charismatic. I planned that interview. I planned the questions. I thought about them and these are the things that I'm going to do. And I did it. And I got the job. Got the job. Because I stepped into the room thinking strategically and having a plan to ace this interview. I didn't care what anybody else could do or say. I knew I was able to do it. And you are unique. You are powerful. Be confident with who you are. That is the story of your strength. Figure out what your strength is. What are you good at? Then leverage what you're good at. Be excellent. Don't think about, oh, but I'm not good at this or I'm not good at that. That's not what your job is. Your job is to figure out what you're good at and push it. Be exponential. Be confident with who you are. Confidence is what is the name of the game. Now, so what do we learn here? We all have unique strengths that combine to make us into the people we are. And we can understand and harness those strengths and become successful. And we become successful more efficiently. We become successful, you know, happier. There are lots and lots of wonderful things that we can do when we harness our strengths. I remember, you know, not, you know, being a little disappointed with myself because I thought I could have done more or been more. And until I realized that I'm not focusing on who I am, I'm only focusing on who the other person is. But if we focus on our strengths and not be bogged down with perceived weaknesses, we can succeed in two ways, spiritually and temporally. I listened to the speaker, Shani McGraham Shirley, and she said, show up, don't procrastinate, focus on you and be who you want to be. When we focus on our weaknesses, we're not focusing on ourselves, we are focusing on somebody else that we want to be and not who we are. Now, I quoted a couple of resources. There was a pilot study on strengths-based coaching for the primary school students, and that showed how important it was when you just focus on things that the kids were good at and pushed what they were good at. Now, there was another one, the impact of signature character strengths intervention, and this was from the Journal of Happiness Studies. Focus on what you're good at, your character strengths, your aptitudes. Do your Clifton strength assessment. You'll be surprised and focus on that and use your strength to achieve the things you want to achieve. Thank you so much for watching and listening. I learned a lot from just figuring out what my strengths are and how I leverage my strengths. Very, very important for us all to do that. And be strong, everybody. Focus on your strengths. Don't get bogged down by weaknesses, and you will be surprised to find out how successful and happy you will be in a more efficient and fulfilling way. Thank you.